In today's video, we are going to be using Pythagorean's theorem and actually solve for the sides of a right triangle. So in the previous lessons, we learned that Pythagorean's theorem states that if the lengths of the legs of a triangle are A and B, and the length of the hypotenuse is C, then they fit into this formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And that goes for all right triangles. All right, so we're going to use this theorem to determine the length of the hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, and it's always good to be able to know where that is in the diagram. And we're going to round our answers to the nearest tenth, if necessary. Sometimes you might not have to round. So let's look at the first example. All right, we have the legs here, 6 and 8, and the hypotenuse is C. So we're just basically going to plug them into our formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And I'm going, it doesn't really matter what you plug in with the legs. You could plug in the 6 and the 8 or the 8 and the 6, but it does matter that they're both going in for A and B. So I'm going to plug in 6 here. I'm going to plug in 8 here. So we have 6 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. And now I figure that out. 36 is 6 squared. 64 is 8 squared. When I add those two numbers together, I get 100. But I'm not done yet because we still have to get rid of this 2. So what I have to then do is to get rid of that square is I need to square root both sides. The square root of 100 is a nice, simple integer answer, and it's just 10. Square root of C squared is C, and there is my final answer. Okay, so the length of this side is going to be 10, and that fits into the Pythagorean theorem. All right, let's look at the next one. Give myself some space here. Okay. So again, we're given the sides, right? The legs right here, 4 and 12, trying to find the hypotenuse, what's across from the right triangle. Change my color here. So we know the legs are 4 and 12, so 4 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. 4 squared is 16. 12 squared is 144. 16 plus 144 is 160. Got to get rid of that square. So we find the square root of both sides. So square root of 160, that's not a perfect square. You're not going to get a nice integer answer. So let's put in the calculator and see what we get. Square root of 160 is about 12.649. So it's about, if I round it to the nearest tenth, the 4 keeps the 6 the same. So my answer is about 12.6. So I should do about symbols. 12.6. So then that's rounded to the nearest tenth. All right, and again, these squiggly lines mean about. Doesn't mean it's exactly 12.6, but it's around 12.6 when I round it. All right, so we're going to use this Pythagorean theorem to solve for the hypotenuse of our triangles in today's lesson. If you have questions, reach out to me. Good luck. Thank you for watching.